Hey, I got some things that I want to say, so I'm going to talk.
And I guess I'll listen.
I'm glad. You should listen to me sometimes.
And so should all of you.
This is Tara Talks.
Yep. So,
and Ryan listens.
Ryan listens. Y'all be forgetting to say that because I'm supposed to listen.
Also known as TTRL. Thank y'all everyone for listening. We absolutely love you. Absolutely love the feedback. Those of you who are saying that you're enjoying the podcast, we really appreciate it. We're still super shocked that anyone is even listening at all besides I was gonna say our mothers, but I don't even know if my mom listens. I know your mom listens faithfully. Yeah, my mom is proud, but I doubt she's figured out how to find a podcast. Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to hop right into the show. We're gonna try to give you guys some good things this week. It seems like it's been forever, but I guess we're right on schedule.
Yeah, I mean, this is 20 consecutive weeks of doing this podcast.
That's crazy.
Like, I'm not trying to put anybody else down.
However,
but a lot of people like, oh, I want to start a podcast, and then they start a podcast and they have like 2 episodes and then they never get around to the 3rd episode. Or the 4th or 5th episode. And I get it. Things happen.
Absolutely.
Or people like, do it and they don't have a schedule.
Sure.
And they just have like, an episode here and there. You might go like 3 months before you get another episode. And again, life happens. I get it. I'm not sure how we've made it to 20 consecutive episodes.
No clue.
20 consecutive weeks. Like I'm talking like celebrities who do podcasts.
Yes.
I'm not going to say Angela Rye's name.
I was just going to say, like, my girl Angela Rye, she just came back.
She just came back, so
with her podcast. So, yeah, it happens. People get busy. We know she's definitely more busy than we are. Busier, more busy.
Consistency was what we were aiming for, if absolutely nothing else.
Yes. Someone the other day was like, oh, does the podcast come out once a month? I was like, once a week.
Once a week.
We got you. So, thank you for listening. Remember to send us emails, send us DMs, send us feedback. We want to hear from you. Because we want this to be
go underneath our comments and just like say words.
Yes, we want this to be a conversation. But anyway, let's go ahead and hop right into it. So again, welcome back and thanks for listening. Hey. So our weekend consisted of Trevor Noah, and Juneteenth. So very amazing weekend, and I'll say, Black excellence all around.
Oh yeah,
Trevor Noah was amazing.
Yeah, Trevor Noah was like. It's just no words for how
worth
hilarious.
Every penny. Now I will say we had amazing seats.
We did.
So I was just looking him in the eye, yelling, "I love you, marry me." Well, not yelling, yelling it sometimes and just mouthing it sometimes.
A time or two.
And just absolutely adore him. I will say we live in a purple corner of a red state, so I was kind of worried about some of the political commentary, political jokes. But honestly, anyone who would buy tickets to his show kind of knows what to expect in terms of that anyway, and kind of knows what his stance is.
There was like one point where he was making jokes about Trump, of course, but there was one point where he said something, he mentioned Trump's name, and then one person in that audience of probably like how many thousand people?
I don't know.
A lot of thousand people. That amp was packed, and it was just one person yells out "woo" like during a Trump thing. Literally one person. The honestly, next line, two sentences later, everybody was booing. I was like, okay, yeah. I know where we at.
That person may have just been drunk. Let's be honest. So
drunk or just
that doesn't mean they were a supporter.
True. It was funny because they stopped it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It looked like it sounded like somebody dared them.
Yeah. So, but anyway, Trevor Noah was hilarious, of course, and amazing. And shout out to what's the guy that opened for him? Josh Johnson.
He was the amazing. First guy too. Yeah, he was. Okay, so here's the deal. If you ever go to a comedy show, if you ever see somebody like one of the big comedians go perform, and you see them and you go see it. That was like a terrible sentence, but whatever.
I wasn't going to say nothing.
If you get tickets to go see a major big name comedian like a Kevin Hart or a Steve Harvey or somebody like that, the people who open for them are comedians also. So it's like, oh, you're a comedian doing your job. Thank you for entertaining me. But Josh Johnson, I forgot that he is not who I bought the tickets for.
Yeah, same.
I'm sitting there holding my 2 drinks because I had like Tara bought a drink and I bought a drink, and then Tara bought 2 drinks. I bought a really big drink basically.
Just get in line
so once. I'm sitting there like holding, right? Yeah, might as well get more drinks at once. So I'm sitting there holding these drinks, trying my damnedest not to fall off my seat, laughing at Josh Johnson.
He was hilarious.
He was so.
And then
funny.
Of course we looked it up, and he's a writer for The Daily Show, so
which makes sense. I'm like, okay, that
all.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see more from his career, but obviously
I'm surprised he's not big already.
Yeah.
Like, why is he not bigger?
Yeah. He about to be. Just hold on 2 seconds. But yeah, so Trevor Noah was amazing, worth every penny, and I just like seriously.
And real quick, I forgot to address the fact that you were looking at him screaming, "Marry me." So, ladies and gentlemen, please do not be alarmed by that. Tara and I have a very short list.
We have a list
of celebrities with where it's appropriate for such behavior.
Yes.
Where it's
Trevor Noah, Jesse Williams, Maxwell, Idris Elba. Who am I forgetting? Oh, what's my man? What's the dude? I did this last time we were talking about that movie he's in.
I don't.
He's the guy from the Tyler Perry movie where the wife gets AIDS.
The guy from the Tyler Perry. Okay, which
Temptation.
Tyler Perry movie? Temptation.
The dark skinned guy.
All right, I saw that movie and it pissed me off so badly that I chose to forget all about it. He's also from
like Meet the Browns or whatever.
Okay, that helps. We ain't got no cable because we only watch streaming services.
I know. Lance Gross. Yes.
Oh wow.
Okay, so that was.
Yeah, I don't remember the movie. Clearly.
Anyway, the point is, there's a list, and it's okay.
Yeah.
And the likelihood of these celebrities popping up is very unlikely. So we're just probably gonna marry each other.
Yeah. So I mean, just in the event
that somebody was upset by that.
Yeah. So nobody be upset. In case y'all wonder what my list looks like. And my list is like, obviously most of the people on our list have their own marriages anyway, like Michelle Obama and Gabrielle Union. And I'm not sure if Susan Kelechi Watson is married, but I'm sure she is. Logan Browning, Tiana Paris. Yeah. Kelly McCreary, Regina Hall. I have zero chance with these people.
Yeah.
But in the event that I did, or she did, it's okay. We've come to a mutual agreement. And Rose Byrne. But we've come to a mutual agreement. So nobody be alarmed.
So yes, shout out to Trevor Noah, amazing show. Can't wait to see you again because I will definitely buy tickets again and watch every Netflix special again. And can't wait for the movie to come out. If y'all haven't read his book yet, Born a Crime, that book, bro. The book is hilarious. I personally prefer Audible because he reads it and it's just hilarious.
It made it funnier because he read it. He was able to articulate his points the way he intended them to be, which made it even better.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely check out the book. And I heard they're turning the book into a movie and Lupita Nyong'o is going to play his mom, which is perfect casting. So I'm super excited for that. Also, like I said, Juneteenth, we went to a Juneteenth celebration this weekend and it was amazing. Lots of beautiful melanin and Black excellence and, food on the grill and watermelon and good music and all of that. It was amazing. Speaking of Juneteenth.
Yeah, let's talk about Juneteenth.
The guy, artist, Georgia artist, Davion Chester, who created his own Juneteenth animation or, I don't know, image.
I think they call it, I forgot what they call it. It's like Google Doodles or something like that.
Yeah, his own doodle. Because Google always has a doodle for the most obscure holidays. And it's like, oh, that's pretty dope. Google remembered that. I forgot about that. And they had nothing for Juneteenth.
Or an astrophysicist's 176th birthday.
Right.
Like, okay.
Thanks for telling me that. I didn't realize.
This guy was not alive during any of our lifetimes. But okay. Yeah, sure.
Right,
okay, cool. Yeah.
And Juneteenth, nothing. And so, of course, that he posted on Twitter and was like, since you couldn't come up with anything,
I noticed Google didn't.
This for you. Yeah, I noticed Google didn't. And, and so everybody was upset and passing it around. Of course, you know how social media goes. And Google hired him.
They didn't use his drawing. They gave that man a job.
Hired the Juneteenth illustrator.
And what was I just saying last week?
Yep.
About supporting people?
Yep.
If you clicked share on Facebook or reposted on Instagram, you are a part of the reason that this man got a job from Google. How much did that cost you?
Right? Nothing.
It didn't even cost you a full 5 seconds to click the share button.
Just support. Because seriously, I know people feel like sharing and clicks and likes don't matter, but companies are watching that stuff.
People are watching. Of course, Google's watching.
Right. If anybody's watching, Google's
Double
watching.
entendre.
So yeah, congrats to him. That's super dope, and can't wait for next Juneteenth to see what awesome image you come up
next
with.
Any holiday he comes up with.
Yeah. Who knows what they're going to use him for?
Just doing he could be doing pretty much anything. So I'm looking out for him. As a graphic designer myself, I was very excited to see that because a lot of people underappreciate graphic designers.
Preach.
It's just like, Oh, you're a graphic designer? Oh, anybody can do that. Okay,
No.
go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
No.
Show me what you got. All right, let's see. What do you use, Word or PowerPoint?
Right.
Okay, get out of here.
Yeah. So kudos to him. That's super dope. And that just goes to show you got to put yourself out there. You never know what could happen. So Jay-Z, I saw something. Oh, I guess we're kind of transitioning into our segment entitled What's on My Timeline, which I guess the last point was about that as well. But anyway, saw something on my timeline where Jay-Z launched a study abroad scholarship for college students.
Hey.
And I just thought that was super dope because I really want more Black students to study abroad. Like I always say, if I get rich, I am going to, I'm going to create scholarships, just a lot of different scholarships about things that I'm passionate about. And one of them is going to be study abroad because I studied abroad and that was 8 years ago. Mm-hmm. And that was a life-changing experience. To this day, I honestly reference it quite often. So if anyone's annoyed by me referencing it often, I'm sorry. But it was life-changing for me, this little, girl from a small town who, hadn't really been out of the continental U.S., and to just be like, yeah, I'm about to go to China. Not even a Spanish speaking country where I, grew up learning Spanish, but I'm just like, I just felt drawn to that program and got to eat Peking duck and see Chinese acrobatics and climb the Great Wall and just experience a different culture. And it just was a mind-blowing, life-changing experience for me. But I was the only Black person on that trip. It was 10 students, a professor and her son, and I was the only Black person on that trip. Literally, I saw 2 Black people the whole month that I was in China. And one person was an African person on the news, reporting the news. And the other person was like, literally, we were passing on a rickshaw and we just waved at each other and got so excited as we passed by. And I'm just like, that is sad because, we talk about what it's like, being Black in a predominantly white world or in a predominantly white institution. But can you imagine being Black where literally there's no one but you? Like everybody there is Asian. And then, they were literally cutting our professor's son's hair because they had never seen blonde hair.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So like literally we talk about all Black people look alike, all white people look alike. Like literally everybody there was Asian. And of course they didn't all look alike, but you kind of have that. There's no diversity like there is in America where you have Asian people, Hispanic, Black, white, so many different types of people.
And then mixtures everywhere. Of everything.
Exactly. They were shocked. So like they really literally asked, are there Asian people in America? I'm like, yes, a lot.
So many.
Are you kidding? So I just think that it's a life-changing experience no matter where you decide to go. I personally believe that study abroad is the safest and cheapest way you can travel. And so I really encourage people to do that. But a lot of times finances hinders it when you're just trying to stay in school and pay your tuition and you don't have extra. So I'm super, super, super pumped that Jay-Z is doing this. And I definitely want more Black people to study abroad. So this is just amazing. I love this story all around.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was about to say something that was probably going to be hilarious, but oh well, I'll think of it later.
Okay.
And jump back into it. Jump back into this segment like 20 minutes from now. See what happens.
Okay. So speaking of tuition, are you feeling the burn?
Yes, I am.
Like, I know we said we don't want this to be a political show. We don't want to get too much into politics, but I had to mention this one because Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, 2 Democratic candidates, are promising student loan forgiveness.
That's all I needed to hear.
And free college. So here's my thing. As someone who has a lot of student loan debt, student loan forgiveness sounds great to me because if that were to be wiped out, then that's the faster that is out of my, out of my way, the faster I can build wealth and give back and, do the things that the American dream, like you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like it has delayed so many people from from moving forward with their lives in terms like buying a house, buying a car, starting a family. There's like so many different developmental things that different generations are like, millennials, why aren't you doing XYZ?
Well, back in my day, I went to college and worked my way through college and bought myself a house when I was 23. All right, so when I was 23, I barely had a car. I had nowhere to live, so I was staying with a family member and didn't have a job because there were no jobs available due to a recession from a president who just did a terrible job. And the better president who came after him was struggling trying to fix it because it was so bad. So yeah.
Not to mention the cost of college has just like gone up exponentially.
Astronomically.
So here's
so go ahead. But I was gonna say, it's like back then you could pay for college.
You could work in the summer.
You could work in the summertime and pay for college back then. Back when houses were $4,000.
Now you work in the summer and that won't even cover your books.
Mm-hmm. It won't.
So here's
rent is $4,000 in an apartment now. You used to be able to buy a house for $4,000.
So here's the thing. Elizabeth Warren's plan did not include those who make over a certain amount. So for instance, that would exclude doctors, lawyers, etc. And I know we do have some friends who are doctors, and we're kind of upset by that. Like, well, this doesn't include me, so I kind of don't care. And the thing is, those people deserve to have their debt forgiven just as much as the rest of us, because they went in further into debt in the hopes that they would make more. And, you know, it's just the ratios. It's the same situation. It's just bigger numbers. And then versus Bernie's doesn't have those exclusions. So I feel like more people are leaning towards Bernie's. I just want to say I am not a fan of free college. I am a fan of free community college.
Right.
But I don't think free college is a good idea. I do think that you should have to pay something. Now, I think the cost is ridiculous, and I think there's different things we can do to subsidize people who make below a certain amount. Maybe it could be free for them, or their parents make below a certain amount. There's some nuances to it. I'm not the one writing the bill, but just flat out free, I'm not personally a fan of that, because I think that's just going to push more wealthy people to private schools, just like it did when schools were integrated. And so, you know, I just think it's going to snowball the problem, and it just sounds nice.
Just keep in mind, there are some people who are paying $6 million just to get their kid into school. Sound familiar from a recent episode?
Yeah, I don't even want to go back to Becky. So yeah, it's $1.6 trillion in student debt right now, and I think that is a huge problem that needs a solution. I also am very, very aware that politicians do what politicians do, which is they use, you know, nice catchphrases and things, hot button issues to pull at our heartstrings and try to get us to vote for them. So I'm not really easily moved. But you know what? If somebody come out and click that button, and Nelnet and Great Lakes can be out of my life, and Sally Mae and whoever else in your life, Navient, if they could get out of my life for good, I would be content with that. And like I said,
do you know what we could do?
Exactly. It would not even be like a handout. It would be us reinvesting in, you know,
exactly. The economy would thank you. Like, seriously, it's ridiculous. But anyway.
Speaking of politics, don't want to linger here too long, but I just thought it was hilarious that Megan Rapinoe, is that how you say it?
I'm going to say yeah.
And then she, like, without missing a beat, just said, yeah, I'm not going to the effing White House. And it's just always odd to me because, like, this is going to sound kind of crazy, but I remember watching Forrest Gump and thinking about them going to meet the president. Like, it was such an honor. It was such a huge deal. It used to be
an honor.
Yeah. And now athletes are like, for what? Like,
right.
I'm good.
Like, the world's great. Like, here's the deal. If your presidency and your administration is so problematic that the world's greatest athletes, the world champions of every single sport, are choosing not to go to the White House, this is a tradition. How many times do these people get to win world championships in their lifetime?
Right.
That's one of the greatest honors, is meeting the president and taking a picture with the president and presenting the president with a custom jersey.
It used to be.
Now it's just like,
I'm good, love, be blessed.
Right.
So I thought that was hilarious because I'm always here for it, but it makes me sad. And
besides, you can get fast food anywhere.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? So I do want to quickly talk about the Red Table Talk, even though, like, I'm so not caught up.
I I'm probably never gonna catch up on that. It just happens so rapidly, and then I got
It's-
so much other stuff to do.
Yeah,
I don't get time to sit down and watch stuff.
Yeah, if I'm sitting down watching something, it's more than likely Grey's right now. So no offense to Jada and them, but anywho, we did get a chance to watch Common's episode, which I think was a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, we did watch that.
We watched it with the intention of talking about it on last week's podcast episode and totally forgot.
You and your hiccups.
Sorry guys, excuse my hiccups. Totally forgot. And the thing is, anyway, the point is, loved his. If you haven't had a chance, definitely check it out, because first of all, Common is so Common. He's amazing. So one thing I really loved about his, that he talked about wanting to be a husband, which is not something you hear men say a lot. It's so odd to me that women are always asked like, oh, are you going to get married? When are you going to get married? Are you preparing to be a wife? And just kind of like pressured into being the best wife that they can be and mother. And you don't really get that a lot from men, to the point where you don't really hear men saying like, I want to be a husband. It's usually like, all right, I feel like now's the time to settle down or whatever. Versus like,
you're gonna make an honest man out of me.
Also, he kind of alluded to dating Angela Rye, which, we absolutely adore her, especially since we met her.
She's such a real person.
She is.
I love famous people that are real people.
Yeah, so I really would love for them to be together. And then the best thing of the whole episode was him pushing Black people to go to therapy and just to get that help and to heal whatever it is you're going through. And y'all know that we are big proponents of therapy. And so I really loved that he said that. So shout out to Common for that.
I was in my therapist today.
Yes. My therapist still has not emailed me back. Like, I usually email her to schedule an appointment. And I don't know what happened. Did she move? Like, what is happening? And I have loyalty to her. Mostly, I don't feel like retelling all my stuff to a whole nother person. But if she don't email me back soon, I'm going to have to go to somebody else.
I text my therapist.
I might have to call her. Anyway, so he also mentioned healing his relationship with his daughter, which I thought was really cool, because a lot of times parents are just kind of like, well, because I said so, or I'm the parent, or, they just like have this stunted answer for things, and they're not, especially as you get older, they're not typically willing to apologize for their faults. And it was just so funny. I was talking to someone the other day about the fact that like the older we get, the more we realize the mistakes our parents made were not because they hated us or were trying to, do the worst thing to us. It was just they have their own flaws. And they trying to figure stuff out.
Turns out you're not really a terrible person. Wow.
They're human. Yes, they are absolutely human. And it's just, I love that he actually intentionally worked on his issues that he had with his daughter. So that's amazing. And then last but not least, his new book. I'm going to have to check it out. It's called Let Love Have the Last Word. Y'all, I set a goal for myself to read 30 books this year. How many have I read?
I'm going to guess and say 5.
I really love that you have that much faith in me.
Well, because last year you read like 5 by like, what was it, October? And then you read the last like 15 or something. And because your goal was like 20 something last year or something like that. And you read the vast majority of them in the last 3 months.
That's what I usually do. Where is my progress? Hold on. I got to find my reading challenge. There it is. I got that Goodreads app. I have read 3 books this year, y'all.
Oh, wow.
Out of my 30. I read Jennifer Lewis, The Mother of Black Hollywood. I read Behold the Dreamers, Mbolo Mbuye. And If Beale Street Could Talk, James Baldwin. And I'm going to tell y'all what happened. If Beale Street Could Talk ended so weirdly that I just couldn't move on to the next book. I literally was just like, I need a break. I'm switching to podcast. So, yeah. I need to catch up. Oh, my goal was 20 books, not 30.
This year or last year?
This year.
Okay.
So I read 3 of 20. 3 of 19. Wait, what? What's my goal? Anyway, point is, I'm reading Commons at some point soon. Also on the Red Table Talk, I think the most recent episode, I'm going to be honest, y'all, I didn't watch it. And I don't know if I'm going to watch it because I don't know what Willow talking about.
Well, that would be the reason to watch it.
I know. So I just saw the Instagram clips or whatever on their Instagram page, and she's basically talking about polyamory, and she said that she's interested in men and women, and so in her ideal situation she would want one of each.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then she said,
like the senator on The Office.
oh my goodness. Not the senator and Angela and Oscar. So then she had like a definition for everyone: polyfidelity, which is when all the people who are involved in this polyamorous relationship agree to not go looking for someone else to add on, which is interesting because I used to be obsessed with Sister Wives. And
What's that?
So Sister Wives is this show on TLC. I don't know if it's still on, but it was on TLC, where it was this one guy married to 3 women, and he had 3 different houses, and he would go like spend 2 days with one house, 2 days with another, 2 days. Like he would literally rotate, and they all lived in this cul-de-sac.
I thought a guy married all the sisters.
No, the women call themselves Sister Wives because they are like, you get it? Like that's
yeah, I get it now. Okay.
That's so cute.
So do they, when referring to the other women, do they say my sister wife and I did X, Y? Is that what they say, or?
Yeah, I mean they usually say Janine, Mary. You know, they use their names.
Well, how do they refer to each other around strangers? Like, for example, when I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, oh, me and my fiance, what do they call each other?
Honestly, it's been so long since I watched, I don't remember. But you have to keep in mind that it's low-key illegal in most places, so they weren't really out talking about it openly.
Okay.
But, so anyway, what Willow's talking about is you agree to not bring on someone new. And where I left off on it, he literally, I think they all agreed before, but he literally added a 4th wife. And it was so weird because the first 3 were blonde, and then the 4th one was brunette. I don't know why that bothered me so much. Anyway, the point is, it makes me want to go back and watch Sister Wives again, even though it's so weird. It's kind of like, you know, one of those weird situations that you just can't unsee. Like My Strange Addiction is so weird, but it's so interesting at the same time, where I'm just like, that's still, TLC is known for like weird train wrecks that you can't look away from.
I'm gonna be completely honest. As a man having multiple wives, I'm gonna be honest, that sounds cool.
I thought you were gonna say stressful. Really? How does that sound cool?
Can I finish, please? Good
Please
Lord.
finish. I need to know more.
Okay, you ruined it now. I was gonna say it sounds like too much work, but never mind. I was gonna make a whole elaborate point, but you jumped ahead of me.
I just was like,
Thanks.
Really? That sounds cool? Because he always said it was too much work.
In theory.
The guy on Sister Wives.
In theory. Especially if you do it right. Because let's be honest, nobody's going to be perfect, right?
Exactly.
So you won't have everything you need in one person.
Exactly.
There's going to be sacrifices you need to make, right? 80-20, for example. Right. So let's say, for example, I want a tall chick with red hair and freckles.
That's what you want.
Blah, such and such, right? And then at the same time, you like short girls with blonde hair. Or you like short brunettes with, you know, and like, you know what, maybe you want a Hispanic chick as well.
So I feel like that's what he kind of did, because he had one wife who was a lot more serious, and then he had one wife who was like the fun one, and then he had one that was like about her business.
Yeah.
Like, and like they were so different. So I feel like he did get like all these different personalities of what he wanted in a woman. But
like that part is what sounds cool to me.
Yeah, but he had a lot of drama. He also had like 10, 15 kids.
Right, and then that was the next thing. It's just like you got 3 houses that you gotta
4 eventually.
4. So you gotta schedule your life about, like, bro, that's already, first of all, you already got too much to schedule in life.
And if you only had 2 nights with each wife, then in those 2 nights, you got to sleep with her. You got to talk to her. You got to play with the kids.
Right.
You got to talk business.
You got to do a week's worth of husband duties in 2 days and then turn around and start all over 2 days
with a
later.
whole nother person, and then you don't have no time to yourself.
Like, nah, I couldn't.
That sounds stressful.
Yeah.
Stressful with a K.
Stressful, bro. Like, I could not do that. Wouldn't dare even. I wouldn't even try that.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna watch the episode. Probably not anytime soon. I'm not in a huge hurry. But I am gonna check it out just because I'm curious. But
Curious?
it's not. It's a no for me, dog. But speaking of stressful, you about to be really stressed off this next story.
Oh Lord.
The Office is leaving Netflix.
Okay, you're absolutely
going
right.
to NBC's their own streaming platform. And so basically, and I have heard rumors of this over and over again for years. For some reason, I believe it this time because a lot of companies are trying to just have their own apps, which is stupid. Don't nobody want to download. Now, here's the thing. We got rid of cable because it was too expensive. Now y'all nickel and diming us with 37 apps. I just want Netflix and Hulu.
Truly defeated the purpose of getting rid of cable.
Right. Now I got well, here's the thing. I got Netflix and Hulu because I was trying to decide which one I wanted. Ended up keeping both because Netflix has like a lot of good stuff, but Hulu has like the current stuff. And then some stuff that Netflix doesn't have. So I just like, okay, I got to have both. Then I got to have the HBO add-on on Hulu. Then I got to have the Disney app about to come out. Now I got to download the NBC app to get The Office. Like, how many apps y'all want me to have? Then I got to switch. It's too much. It's too, Amazon Prime.
Because here's the thing. You're going to end up with, let's say, 10 apps. You're going to end up paying the same amount that you were paying for cable.
Exactly. That's what they're trying to get us to do. I literally just heard a story about this on NPR the other day, and it just made me so mad.
And frankly, I would still rather do that because I don't want to watch commercials.
Look, that's the truth.
And I want to be able to watch whatever show when I want to watch it. Like if I want to come home and watch The Office all day, or if I want to come home and watch How I Met Your Mother or King of the Hill, I want to watch that and not wait for it to come on.
That's true. Streaming versus live TV is definitely a completely different experience.
I also want to be able to pause it when I go to the bathroom or go to the kitchen to get something to drink. And
just like, or go to work and then you get home and it picks up where you left off. It remembers where you left off. It even stops when you fall asleep and like, are you still watching? Yeah, I'm still watching. Leave me alone. But yeah, I guess it'll be on Netflix until January 2021. So we got some time to enjoy it and to rewatch it 17 more times. But I'm pretty sad.
I'm gonna be honest. When I saw the headline on Twitter, I was mad. I was like, man, what the hell? I was taking my shows. I was like big mad, like hard. And then I scroll down very slightly and see in 2021.
Yeah, that's how they get you with the headlines. They've been saying that about Friends for a while too, and it hasn't
even been there that long.
It actually has. I remember it was that 20. I think that was 2015 or 16 when Friends got on Netflix.
It was before. It was after Netflix got rid of How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, and that's been a while, but
that was 2017.
The point is, it's been a few years.
This is what I'm saying. It's like that's not that long compared to how long Netflix has been a thing.
True,
and how long a lot of those shows have been on there.
Very true. So I'm annoyed, but I'm gonna enjoy it until it actually goes away. And yeah, I really need Netflix or Hulu to just always keep Friends, The Office, Grey's Anatomy, How I Met Your Mother, and Family Guy, and Golden Girls.
And King of the Hill.
What else am I forgetting that I watch over and over again? I think those are the main ones that I would be upset about. Can I also just say real quick while we're talking about streaming stuff, if y'all gonna pick up a show, pick up the whole show. Don't be having 2 seasons or 18 episodes of season 1 and then 24 episodes of season 6. No, I don't want to be skipping around. For all that, I could be watching TV and I don't know what random episode is on today. Like, no, I am streaming this. Give me all the seasons.
Right. It's like people want to watch these shows in their entirety for a reason. Don't like for example, Crackle. Like they got bought by Sony.
I wasn't even gonna say it. Sony.
They only put 1 season of most of the shows on there, so it's not even a point in watching.
What's the point? Because I need to follow the evolution of the character. You done got me back invested, and now I'm done. Really, and it didn't even end. No.
All right. Like I don't even get to see how it plays out. Like and half the time you can't go to Walmart and buy DVDs no more. So it's like you got to scour the internet hoping to find a box set so you can just finish everything. Then you got to find a DVD
player. That's all I was going to say.
Because let's be honest, it's 2019. Most laptops don't have disk drives anymore.
Nope.
Who has a desktop in their house?
No one.
Nobody unless you're a serious gamer.
So yeah, stop it. I'm over it.
Right, for real. Just like, if you're going to put it out there, put it out there. If you want me to pay $3 a month to get all the seasons,
I will
at
do
least
it.
give me the option to do that. I will gladly give you $3 a month if I can watch the show in its entirety. Like, don't get me caught up on some nostalgia and then tell me I can't watch
Rip it away.
Right. Like, where's season 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6? Like, I'm trying to watch 227 in its entirety. I have yet to see that full show in its entirety.
I just started watching CWC with Girlfriends, and I was so excited to see Girlfriends, and come to find out they got My Girlfriends. Come to find out they only got hodgepodge episodes on there skipping around. I didn't even get to see Maya cheat on her husband. That's what I was waiting for. So annoying.
That's like That's like
Like,
one
they
of
don't
the
have any of
pivotal
season
moments. That's like one of the pivotal moments in the whole series.
Yeah.
Character development. We're not watching shows to watch the shows. We're following storylines at this point.
So annoying. Anywho, that's all I have for what's on my timeline. What you got for obscure news this week?
I'm trying to keep the show kind of short. All right, so we all know Mississippi is a weird place, right?
It is.
So Mississippi town commemorates alleged alien abduction site with historical marker.
What?
In 1973, 2 men in Pascagoula, I'm sure I said that wrong, claims aliens pulled them on board a UFO, examined them for about 30 minutes, and then returned them to Earth. So the headline is that they commemorate the abduction with a historical marker, meaning when you visit Mississippi, you go find that historical marker. This is where those guys got picked up by the aliens and examined for 30 minutes.
Why is that a historical marker? I feel like there needs to be more of a reason to have a historical marker.
I would agree. Y'all can go read about this story. I'm not going to read this. They say they got abducted by aliens and examined for 30 minutes and then beamed back down to Earth. If they did, cool. But I still don't really... I can't say that doesn't warrant a historical marker, but did it have that big of an impact on society?
History. Yeah, exactly. Like, is that in somebody's history textbook? No.
Did that, change the landscape of something? Like, I get it. Most historical markers are things like, this is where George Washington
ate an apple.
Ate the apple or whatever. Or where the Native Americans did X, Y, and Battle of Gettysburg, where Plymouth Rock. Those are historical markers, right? But sure, an alleged alien abduction site. Okay, cool. All right, well, like I said, y'all gonna read that story. I'm not gonna read that right here. However, it's about to get ugly.
Uh-oh. It's gonna get ugly.
Yo, have y'all seen Bubba? Speaking of which, have y'all seen Bubba Sparks lately?
I have not.
Y'all remember what he used to look like?
Yes, I do.
Go look at him now. It's hilarious. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up real quick. But it's quite funny. Call it Paul Bubba Sparks.
Are you talking about because he lost a bunch of weight and got cute?
Can you say glow up?
Okay, yeah, I did see that actually.
Like grew some hair.
Yeah. Because he used to look a hot mess, but I used to love that song.
Hey, look at it.
Yeah, he looks completely different.
He like the chunky white dude who wanted to be a rapper but could actually rap, and then he's like, "Oh, now I'm just Southern white guy." That's what he looks like now.
He looks good though.
Yeah, happy for him. Is this his wife? Okay.
Okay, his little wife kind of cute.
Yeah.
He pulling him.
Same thing with Paul Wall. Paul Wall lost a bunch of weight too.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this ugly headline. Yeah. Contestants, how do you say this word?
Doggedly.
Okay, that's what I thought. I've never heard that word before. Contestants are doggedly determined at ugliest canine competition. I'm gonna let you guess where in what state does this take place?
Ugliest canine's got to be Kentucky.
Nope. I'm gonna give you 2 more guesses.
Nebraska.
Nope.
Why was I about to say Cincinnati?
Here's a hint.
Florida.
They know how to party.
They know how to party. New York.
You're about to get your black card revoked.
Who likes to party? Atlanta?
California.
Oh. Knows how to party.
Anyway, 19 canines with droopy tongues, bold legs, and perpetually confused looks and other strange attributes will learn who is the world's ugliest.
That's
Friday night
mean.
in Petaluma, California. This was this took place on June 21st, if I'm correct.
Wait, Petaluma?
Oh, I didn't even catch that. Petaluma.
So that's mean.
It's not.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a big animal person.
Here's the deal, though.
But I still think that's mean.
It's not. Because if you read this whole article, they're all like, everyone knows that ugliness is in the eye of the beholder to a dog lover, which is what that says, and that's how I'm reading it.
So you're picking the cutest ugly dog?
I guess.
Or the ugliest ugly dog?
Or the most unique, weird looking, maybe, appearance challenged, perhaps. Or as owners of the ugly dogs like to say, unique.
So I think the good thing about this is it may prompt more people to adopt dogs that are not perfect.
Touche, because that's kind of what they're going for.
Okay, all right. I can get behind that, because I heard something that said that black dogs and brown dogs are less likely to get adopted, which I think is pretty messed up. Mm-hmm. And you can't tell me that's not a race thing.
Yeah.
So that makes me want to just get a black or brown dog just on principle. Mm-hmm. But yeah, get you an ugly dog too then. But yeah. My friend adopted a disabled dog. I don't know how you say that. Like something wrong with his back leg. And it's just one of those where it's like, you know what? We'll take him even though he's not perfect. And so it's pretty dope. And
that's in half of what this competition is about. It's like a dog show, but the dogs are weird looking. And they talk about the good things that these dogs do. Good like they're them. Like service animals. They, do all that kind of stuff. But if you take a look at some of these dogs, you will totally see why it's called that. It is very aptly named. Some of them don't look like dogs. Aww. Some of them look like a 5-year-old tried to draw a dog.
Stop.
Some of them look like what happens when you put water on a gremlin.
You're terrible.
I know, right? But no, seriously, that's what they look like. I'm not this. Yeah, just look at it. But anyway, go adopt a weird looking dog. Don't just rescue the cute ones.
Or a special needs dog.
And this is actually a good thing, because unattractive dogs need representation too. Everybody deserves representation if you exist.
True.
So, because you'll see people like, oh, here's my dog. He's a rescue. We rescued him, but it's an adorable dog. So, did you really what did you really do? You just wouldn't picked out the nicest looking one.
That's true.
And just left a bunch of other ones behind. Oh no, it was drawn to me. Mm-hmm. Or did you ignore like 6 more to walk right past the other 6 or 7 to get to that one specifically? Either way,
everybody wants a cute dog. That's why you don't get to pick out your kid 9 times out of 10. Because if your kid come out ugly, you just gotta love them.
Right. But then that's that. If anything that was said in the last 5 minutes was mean, it was that.
I know. I was like, that probably was rude.
But yeah,
if somebody is like, "Oh, look at there,"
look at the baby.
Just look at it.
That baby is so precious.
Precious, not pretty.
All babies are precious
in God's eyes.
That's just the word that you use to describe all babies.
That's terrible.
Sometimes, let's be honest, sometimes you do walk up and, oh, it's just so cute.
Some babies got to grow into their face.
Adorable.
Some babies are
do all of that. But then some like, oh, look at the baby. Yes, the baby did.
You just sent me a picture of you holding the most adorable baby the other day.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you, it was adorable.
Yeah, it was.
Just gonna say.
Yeah.
Hopefully we make some cute babies, but if not, we'll get an ugly dog.
If they look anything like me, they'll be just fine.
Whatever.
I was an adorable kid.
Don't act like I wasn't.
I'm not saying you were. I'm just saying,
You see my baby pictures and my childhood pictures. I was cute.
Yeah. But either way it goes, our kids gonna have some gargantuan cheeks.
I didn't have any hair when I was born, but that's okay.
I don't remember if I had hair or not. In the pictures I've seen, I did. Anyway, we're way off topic. Let's move on.
Always. Is that all you have for obscure?
That was all I have for obscure news.
Obscure news. All right, well, guys, the
seriously,
drill.
I'll go look at them ugly dogs. It's so funny.
All right, guys, the drill. Email us at askttrl@gmail.com, askttrl@gmail.com.
Or shoot us a DM.
Either way is fine. Or if you know us in real life, you can shoot us a text, and we will read your question on the air. And so obviously we want to again, make this a two-way conversation and hear from you. We want to know what's going on in your life. So you can send us any feedback on the show, ask us questions about us, our lives, our relationship, how we met, what we like, what we don't like. You can send us your relationship drama, family drama, work drama, whatever it is you got going on, or if you're just battling with or grappling with a big decision, you need some advice, just let us know.
And the thing that makes this interesting is that I don't get to read these questions beforehand. So I'm pretty much answering everything on the spot. All of my answers are pretty much freestyled. I might come up with a better way to word what I'm trying to say tomorrow. But yeah, you got to figure out what I meant.
So our first question
is,
I just forgot the fake name that I came up with. So give me a fake name.
Give you for a man or a woman, or does it matter?
A man.
A man. All right. Let's go with. Man, I had a good one in mind.
I just remembered mine.
Okay, cool.
DeLuca. Okay, so DeLuca says,
hey, real quick, whoever sent us this question, I'm sorry, but you might not get the best answer out of me because I hate DeLuca on Grey's. I don't even watch the show enough to know why I hate him.
I don't know why you hate DeLuca so much right now.
Karev is the truth.
I love me
DeLuca can go sit down somewhere. Yeah, carry on.
So DeLuca says, when it comes to grits, butter and sugar or salt and cheese?
Okay, first of all, whoever sent this question is I'm gonna go ahead and say a troll, because this is one of the most difficult debates to have anywhere, especially if you live in the southern part of the United States. There are people in the Midwest and the North and the Northwest who don't know what grits are. But if you're from the South, if you really from the South, if your parents are from the South, if you a true Southern person, then you put butter, salt, and cheese. First of all, grits require butter. Butter
is not up for debate.
Right, butter is a requirement. Now, if you trill, you're gonna put cheese and bacon in your grits, or chop up some sausage in your grits with some red eye gravy, and you're gonna throw some cheese on it. Now, I will admit that I've had sweet grits, but to me that's basic. You might as well just be eating cream of wheat if that's the case. If you want to eat sweet grits,
and I love cream of wheat.
I thoroughly enjoy cream of wheat, and I'm not even gonna say I don't like sugar in my grits, because it's good. But that's not why I'm eating grits. Grits are supposed to be savory. I'd rather just eat oatmeal if I want to like something sweet.
It's different.
It is different. Cream of wheat,
cream of wheat, grits, and oatmeal are three different things.
Very true. But you remember the time we was at your sister's house and she made cream of wheat and I thought it was grits with sugar in it?
I do.
I was fine with it because I don't dislike it. But if it's up to me, I'm throwing cheese and probably some meat in there.
So
the way I season my grits though, bruh, it's over with. You ain't gonna never want sugar in your grits again if you have my grits.
True. So I grew up eating sweet grits. And I'm talking all the butter, all the sugar, and just a little bit more sugar. And so that's just what I was used to. Now, as I got older and went to restaurants more, I learned to appreciate savory grits because I would order things like shrimp and grits or fish and grits. And so that type of, if I got some fish or some shrimp, then no, I'm not putting sugar in that. That's a savory dish. Yes, then that's when you need the cheese and the salt, if you will. And I will admit that your grits are amazing. So you have made me like savory grits more, but the I guess child in me will always love sugary grits. And also I will say this is probably a weird thing and people might not, I don't know if this is a Southern thing or if this is just a my grandma thing, but my grandma makes the best breakfast rice.
Hey, breakfast rice be hitting.
And breakfast rice is very different from like regular rice.
True.
And so that I would always, I don't know if she put sugar in it or if I put sugar in it. I feel like I put sugar in it when I was a kid. So you got breakfast rice, grits, cream of wheat, and oatmeal, 4 different things.
It's all grains.
It's all grains, but it's just a different consistency and texture.
Right.
And so to me, all of those growing up were sweet. Now, I don't know if I just did that because I was a kid and I put sugar in everything. I put a cup of sugar in my Cheerios. So, maybe that was just
But who didn't?
me being a kid. But yeah, as I get older, I can appreciate savory grits more. But I don't think it's a either or. I think it's a both and. It's just like Michael Jackson versus Prince or Beyonce versus Rihanna. Take which you got two hands, put them together. Okay.
Right. Because it's not like you only have one option to ever eat grits. So here's the deal. If you want grits tomorrow morning and you want to put cheese in them tomorrow, you're not required to put cheese in them every day for the rest of your life.
That is the truth.
You can switch it up the following day.
That is true.
You can have 2 servings of grits, 1 savory, 1 sweet.
So
Who's gonna check you?
That's going to be our question of the week, and we want to hear from you how you like your grits.
Right. So let me
tell us.
Let me throw out a couple other things. Let me throw you a couple curveballs real quick. So when I got in college, I got around people who would put jelly on their grits.
Oh no.
And it was fire.
Not doing it.
And then also,
but people look at me crazy because I put jelly in my eggs or on my breakfast sandwich.
That's fine. Like most people, I think most people will agree to the sandwich thing, and it's really just the same concept: throwing something sweet into something savory. Savory as you put well, I was finna say you put syrup on bacon.
I love syrup on bacon.
For the same reason you put you eat your bacon with your pancakes.
Yeah.
Same
oh my
concept.
gosh. I went to brunch the other day and the special of the day was blueberry pancakes with bacon baked into the batter.
Ooh.
And I was like, okay, so yeah, do I still get the same sides when I order this? They were like, no, because the bacon's baked into it. I was like, okay, I want a side of bacon.
Right.
Like, I still want my bacon.
Don't play with me.
What?
Bring me my bacon.
Are you kidding me right now? It was so good. Sorry.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Quick little detour.
And then also, speaking of pancakes, I've had syrup in my grits from just running off from the pancakes.
Yes. And so
that's fire too.
When that happened on accident, it was so good. Then I started putting syrup on my grandma's rice because my grandma makes homemade syrup.
And that's exactly where I was going next.
Ooh-wee.
That homemade rice, that homemade syrup, it's over with.
Hidden.
Yeah. So again, here's my stance. I like all of it. I like it all different ways. I know I said if you put sugar in your grits, you need to stop in the very beginning. But quite frankly, the correct answer is savory. But if you like it sweet, go for it. Like some people put hot sauce on popcorn.
Like I feel like savory is adult and sweet is childish, but I am both very adult and very childish
at the same damn time.
Yep.
So yeah, I've enjoyed both. The correct answer is savory with cheese, but I'm not gonna hate on you if you do it the other way.
Indeed.
Now, if you don't like it savory, then I might look at you crazy. If you want to do it both ways, that's fine. But you can't just not like it the correct way. So yeah, I'm standing by that answer. But like I said, I do enjoy it both ways, and I think everyone should at least try it both ways.
Aww.
But if you don't like it savory, then you're not doing it right.
I feel like you're only saying people should enjoy it both ways because I like it sweet. I feel like you're being nice.
No, I don't really care about your opinion
Okay,
in terms
good.
of the grits.
Okay, good.
So yeah, because you just said the way I make them. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
I
cool
will
with
say
that.
my answer now versus when we first met is different.
Yeah,
but it's you and also really good restaurants with really great chefs.
Have we another question?
I think we're just gonna do one this week. How would you feel about that?
I think we can just do one. I think we just stick with the one.
Let's stick with the one.
Yeah, because it's already 50 plus minutes right now. So yeah.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Give them a short episode this week and live our life. Mm-hmm. And we might do 2 next week. So y'all email us some questions at askttrl@gmail.com, askttrl@gmail.com. We want to hear from you and we will possibly read your question on the show. So like we always do, just a little love life advice of the week. For those of you who are biddy dadu boot up, or those of you who are just preparing for that, waiting for Boaz. I will just say, and the crazy thing is I feel like I've said this before, but for some reason it's just on my spirit this week to say it again. So maybe somebody needs to hear it. Don't be surprised when your #relationship goals don't make it. It's totally, totally great
Now, when you say relationship goals don't make it, you mean your hashtag relationship goals, as in that's what you put under this specific couple's post?
Yeah, like a couple that you look at and admire. Like, for instance, you might look at Steph Curry and I should be like, that's goals. Ooh, they relationship goals. Or you might say that about Will and Jada, or about a couple in your life that like maybe your best friends or, a family member. But ultimately, what you got to realize is, it's perfectly fine to have great examples of successful relationships that you admire. But at the end of the day, you have to keep in mind that no one knows what goes on behind closed doors. No one is in a relationship but the people in the relationship. Like, honestly, y'all could even look at us and be like, oh, they're so cute. Oh, they goals. Oh, y'all are so blah, blah, blah. No one knows our relationship. Now, thank you, Jesus. It is great. But, nobody is perfect. And nobody knows like our actual relationship.
Right.
You see what we put out there on social media or on the podcast, or you may even, if you know us, see how we interact with each other in person, but you still don't know like the intimate details and the depths of our actual relationship. So I just want to say, keep that in mind, that there's going to be people that you look at and think their relationship is so perfect, and then you're crushed when they don't make it, when they don't work out, or or if they do something that you don't agree with. So you just have to keep that in mind. Like, that's just life. What do you think?
I would agree. My response, which I see you kind of already put it, but this is what I would have said had I not read what you just put, is be your own goals. Set your own standards for how you want to conduct your relationship, how you want you and your partner to live, and the things that y'all want to achieve and accomplish, and the legacy that you want to leave. Decide that for yourself, and everything that you do moving forward should be a reflection of that. Anything else is wasting time.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I definitely agree. Like we've talked about often, we did not have the typical perfect family in terms of like growing up with mom and dad and all of that. I'm a child of divorce.
My parents were in high school when I was born.
Right. So we didn't really have that in our parents. And so I feel like, we're always looking at like different older couples, like, okay, they seem to have it down, maybe we can kind of be like them, or they seem to, be where we want to be in 10 years, let's kind of see how they did it. And, there are some very successful couples that we can look at and not necessarily emulate, but, like I said, admire from afar and maybe even ask advice. I'm always big on advice. Like,
right, yeah.
Hey, y'all seem to be happy, been together 40, 50 years. What's your secret? How does that work?
Yeah, I always talk to, this, I said it every week almost. Listen to the OGs.
Yes.
They are not trying to steer you wrong. So seriously.
But with that, again, just keep in mind that everybody's situation is different.
Everything that they did and worked for them may or may not work for you.
So true.
What saved their life may be a detriment to yours. So listen to what they say, but don't just automatically do everything that you hear. Don't repeat everything you see, because it may or may not work for you. Again, everybody's life is different. Just like the sugar in the grits versus the cheese in the grits. Everybody's taste buds are different. Everybody grew up eating different things. So it's all basically, different strokes, to put it lightly.
Very, very true. So that is all we have for this week. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks again for listening. Thanks for all of our new listeners. Shout out to you.
You.
We talking to you?
You right there.
Absolutely.
You. I'm talking to you. Shout out to you for being a new listener on the show. And also shout out to you over there for being a regular listener. We appreciate it.
If you are a new listener, I recommend going back to the beginning and listening to some of the earlier ones, particularly the engagement episode. That would be like one of the first ones I recommend.
Yeah, you kind of get to know us if you don't know
Yes.
us already.
Yes. But definitely keep listening every week. Share it. Like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It is simply This Is TTRL on all three. And so we are super excited to have you as part of the TTRL family. We hope that you'll listen to this podcast on wherever you listen to your podcasts and add this to your list of favorites. And we hope you have a great week.
Peace.
Peace out.